A Cell is Like a Greek Empire by Ainsley Harkins. 6th Hour Science. Now let's get started.
Whoa. Whoa. So, do you like talk or not? So, do you not talk now? Okay, here we are.
That's the garage. That's the palace. Okay, let's go. Rude. Okay, here we are, the king's palace. I'm saying this in advance, but he's a bit of a control freak.
Gerald, it's the door again. Gerald. Just squeeze through there. That'd be really nice of you. Gerald. Come up, these nice people. By the way, who are you? Who are you again?
Oh, great, wise, powerful king. We come to you today to thank you and to ask for your assistance and guidance in what? Why aren't you bowing? What? What?
Dared defy me. I
No,
am
sir, you see, it's a mistake.
of ruliness. Sir. Gerald. Sir, please go play with the
I need you to
toys.
get off me and go play with the toys in your room. Thank you. Has been failing, huh?
I would like to apologize for the king's behavior. Lately, he's been getting behind and slacking on his education. He's kind of dumb, just saying.
Well, what if we taught him? I mean, I know how to teach people, totally. You can teach people, right?
Before you start the king's education, I just think you should know something about him. He hasn't learned in 20 years. You just need to be prepared to teach him everything, and I mean anything. He left me, just like my wife.
And now it's time for Who's that? Cell. Still not copyright. And no, we are not copywriting Pokemon.
Plant
Cell.
Plant. La 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 la.
Never again.
Now it's learning time.
Bored.
The introduction to cells. Every part of you is made of cells. You are all made of cells. Everything inside of you is made of cells. Cells are what keep us living. Some cells specialize, while others are cells and are just... You are a multi-celled organism. These cells you have many alive. Millions, so it's not trillions, if them. Even thousands of cells. All these cells work together to keep you alive and to keep you breathing.
Are we going on a cruise?
There are two different types of cells, the animal cell and the plant cell. Each of them store our DNA. They are what make us, us. There are also different parts to each cell. Some of these are the nucleus membrane, or the nuclear membrane. and the nucleus, plus many, many more. Why don't you stop screaming so we can finish our video?
Yes, ma'am.
The first part of the cell is the nucleus. This is the most important part because it controls the cell. For say, if we were to compare cells to a Greek empire, like the one you're living in, then the nucleus would be like the king or the queen of Greece because they control the entire empire. The next part of the cell we will be talking about is the nuclear membrane. It is a protective layer that surrounds the cell's nucleus and protects it. It is like the palace's guards. The nuclear membrane is like the palace guards because it protects the nucleus, or the king in this example, from all other threats. The nucleus is not the only thing inside of the nuclear membrane, though. The chromatin is also found inside of it, inside of the nucleus to be exact. It is long strands of coiled DNA, and it is like the architects and craftsmen of the Greek Empire. The chromatin is like the architects and craftsmen because they supervise the city's construction and they help design it. Golgi bodies package and distribute proteins for the cell. During this process, proteins are enclosed in little bubble-like structures. The Golgi bodies are like messengers because messengers transport and package mail, and Golgi bodies transport and package proteins. The endoplasmic reticulum, or ER, is a system of folded membrane in the cell where protein, lipids, and other substances are made. There are also tubes in which for them to travel through. The function that these would perform in a Greek empire would be as the streets. The ER is like the streets because they are made of transportation tubes. The ribosomes are the smallest organelles, and they make protein. They are like the miners of the empire because miners dig for precious metals and gold, which helps supply the city, like ribosomes supply protein for the cell. After the ribosomes, we have the mitochondria, the main power source of the cell. It uses sugars by breaking down oxygen to release the sugar into the cell. They are like the slaves and servants of the empire. Mitochondria are like slaves and servants because they provide much to the empire's work. The vacuoles are sacs that store nutrients and waste products in the cell. They are like the palace storage because they are meant for storing different needs and relics. There is the small vacuoles found in animal cells and the large central vacuole found in plant cells. The cell membrane is a protective barrier surrounding the cell and controlling what enters and may leave the cell. It is like the empire walls and the patrol. The cell membrane is like the empire walls and patrol because they control what enters and leaves the city. Now for the lysosomes. Lysosomes can only be found in animal cells. They digest waste, cell parts, and foreign invaders in the cell. They are like the empire's warriors because warriors, like lysosomes, eliminate the enemies of the empire and keep it safe. And now for the plant cell only section. We will only be having cell organelles that are a part of plants. So no animal cells allowed. Sorry. There are two different cell organelles in this category, the chloroplasts and the cell wall. The chloroplast is a plant organelle that uses light to make food, photosynthesis. It is like the aqueduct of the Greek Empire. The aqueduct is a water system used to acquire hydraulic power. Chloroplasts are like aqueducts because they harnessed energy for the empire. The cell wall is a rigid structure that surrounds and gives support to the plant cell. They are like the gods and goddesses of the Greek Empire. The gods and goddesses are like the cell wall because they are the support and structure that keeps Greece alive. Over. Stop screaming. It's over. Did you like your video?
Yes, I learned many things.
So you'd be okay if we watched it again?